What's up, Ragin Nation? How's it going? This is Alex. You're watching the Ragin Nation show. This is just a web series where we talk about all things that matter to me in the world of movies. Let's start off by talking about some Marvel productions. And as you guys already know, Thor: The Dark World comes out this weekend. I'm really excited about that. And another thing that I'm really excited about is Captain America: The Winter Soldier. And apparently, 5 minutes of Captain America: The Winter Soldier will be attached to Thor: The Dark World. So if you're going to watch Thor: The Dark World, you get a little sneak peek at 5 minutes of Captain America: The Winter Soldier. So that's going to be really, really exciting. Speaking of which, if you are going to be watching The Desolation of Smaug, or rather The Hobbit: The Desolation of Smaug, in the big screen, you will be treated to the first teaser trailer for The Amazing Spider-Man 2. This is going to be really, really exciting because I really enjoyed The Amazing Spider-Man, and this is going to be the first little promotional material for The Amazing Spider-Man 2. So it's kind of a double whammy for us because we get to watch The Hobbit: The Desolation of Smaug, and then we get the teaser trailer for The Amazing Spider-Man 2, and that will be in 3D. Moving on with other Marvel news, we have a confirmation of Aaron Taylor Johnson. That would be Kick-Ass from Kick-Ass. He is going to be confirmed to play Quicksilver. Now, he was in negotiations, in talks to play Quicksilver, and finally it has been confirmed. He will be in Joss Whedon's The Avengers: Age of Ultron movie coming in 2015. Alright, 2015 is going to be a really, really big year. Now, this Quicksilver is not to be confused with the Quicksilver that's going to be in the upcoming X-Men Days of Future Past movie. It's going to be a completely different character, two different universes. So Aaron Taylor Johnson will be the Quicksilver character in the Avengers: Age of Ultron. Moving on, we have more talks about another X-Men movie. Not X-Men Days of Future Past, but another Wolverine spin-off movie. This will mark the third Wolverine spin-off movie that is going to be happening. James Mangold, the director of The Wolverine, and Hugh Jackman expressed interest to want to make another one. So Hugh Jackman, if he makes another Wolverine spin-off movie, it will be his 8th appearance as the Wolverine. And that is excellent because I want to see his character continue to move on in the adventures of this character. So very, very cool stuff. And if they're making another Wolverine spin-off movie, it's gonna have its release at the very earliest 2016, which does make a whole lot of sense because we're reaching near the end of 2013. 2014 will be in 2 months from now, so a 2-year production is quite that's quite a reasonable amount of time. So moving on, let's get into some news about other movies that have nothing to do with superheroes. Remember a movie called Olympus Has Fallen starring Gerard Butler? It was about a White House invasion. Well, another movie is happening, which will be the sequel to Olympus Has Fallen. It's going to be called London Has Fallen, and I'm pretty sure we already know what this is going to be about. It's going to be kind of like Die Hard style, where Gerard Butler's character saves the day from terrorists in London. So, London Has Fallen is coming out. It's going to be starting to film next year. That'd be 2014. Okay, most likely for a 2015 release. So, there you have it. Another thing that's going on in 2014 is that in February 2014, Mission Impossible 5 starts filming. The director is Christopher McQuarrie, who directed Jack Reacher with Tom Cruise. So Christopher McQuarrie and Tom Cruise will start work on Mission Impossible 5 on February of 2014. Speaking of Christopher McQuarrie, he's actually also signed on not just to direct Mission Impossible 5, but also Star Blazers. Remember that cartoon that we watched called Star Blazers? It was actually the English American English adaptation of the original Japanese TV animated series called Battleship Yamato. Well, it's having a live action American treatment, a feature-length American treatment, and that will be directed by Christopher McQuarrie, and is not to be confused with the Battleship Yamato movie that came out in Japan, which sucked. I watched it and was not very good at all. So hopefully Christopher McQuarrie can do a better job, and hopefully he doesn't change things up dramatically. As you already know, whenever they bring a Japanese production into the hands of Hollywood, they change things up a bit, and people don't like that, especially fans. Moving on, let's talk about other sci-fi movie news, and Ridley Scott dropped some information about Prometheus 2, and he mentioned that Prometheus 2 is being written and it's going to evolve a grand idea. That's all he said, but I kind of like the sound of that. I like the idea that he mentioned that it involves a grand idea, and I also like the fact that it's being written. Another thing that's happening with Ridley Scott is that he mentioned that Blade Runner 2 is happening right now. What that means is it's kind of vague to me, but he said Blade Runner 2 is happening right now, which most likely means that they're in development phase, and it's going to come sooner than later, he says. So, very, very cool stuff. I like it when Ridley Scott attaches himself to sci-fi projects, not sci-fi projects. Another thing that's going on with Ridley Scott is that he's got Exodus coming out in 2014. That's the movie about Moses. And then he's got the Forever War coming in 2015. So I don't know what that's about. So if Prometheus 2 is really happening, the earliest it's gonna come out is in 2017. Now that is very, very far away. That's like 4 years from now. I would rather Prometheus 2 come sooner, because while Prometheus is still fresh in our heads, it would be cool to see this, what happens next, because in Prometheus we only saw one half of the story. So I want to see what happens next without thinking too much about it. I mean, without forgetting about what happened in the first one. Especially with such a long stretch of time. Some people might not remember what happened in the first one. So there you have it. Hopefully Prometheus 2 comes out sooner than later. And finally, the last piece of sci-fi news that I have for you guys is Star Wars. Star Wars Episode 7. Now, the only news that we have right now about Star Wars Episode 7 is the fact that we have nothing but casting rumors. I don't know why they're keeping it so tightly wrapped, but all we're getting is casting rumors. They may have already done the casting already. They may already have done that, but they're keeping it really tightly wrapped. But I'm thinking, what's the big deal? Any other production announces the confirmation of actors being confirmed in the production all the time. So I don't know why we're just getting nothing but rumors, because if you really think about it, they don't have a lot of time. 2014 is coming in 2 months. A summer of 2015 is when this movie is supposed to come out. So I think that they also mentioned that if they can't make it for a summer of 2015 release, they'll go for a fall 2015 release, like November or something like that. That's what they're going for, and I think that that's the right amount of time, because they haven't done a whole lot. The production's moving really slowly, and check this out. Now, here's what's happening right now. J.J. Abrams has actually he made a proposal to Disney, rather. He made a proposal to Disney that he actually wants the release of Star Wars to be for 2016, okay? Because I don't think that he can make it for a 2015 release, okay? This is a huge movie. Star Wars Episode 7, obviously a very huge movie, obviously a movie that has a lot of fandom going for it, a lot of fan anticipation and high expectations. And maybe J.J. Abrams getting a little worried, because he did ask for a 2016 release, but guess what? Disney Studios didn't give it to him. Disney Studios denied J.J. Abrams extension for a 2016 release. Okay, so it is happening on 2015. Disney Studios is funding it. They're the ones that are forking out the money. And basically, they're the guys hiring J.J. Abrams, and J.J. Abrams is asking for an extension to his project. Unfortunately, it ain't happening. Maybe there's going to be further negotiations, but as far as I know, the extension has been denied, and summer of 2015 is still the release date. So J.J. Abrams has better start moving on. I like J.J. Abrams, but man, get the production moving, you know what I'm saying? Start casting the people in the movie. They already have a script. They already have a story. Get the production happening, okay? So there you have it. That's all I gotta say in this video. We talked about a lot of movies. We talked about Thor: The Dark World, The Desolation of Smog, well, actually, The Amazing Spider-Man 2. We talked about The Age of Ultron, Avengers, another Wolverine spin-off, Mission Impossible 5, Star Blazers, London Has Fallen, Ridley Scott's movies, Prometheus 2, Blade Runner 2, Exodus, Forever War, and also Star Wars Episode 7. So a lot of stuff has been going on, and if you have anything to talk about with regards to any of the movies I've talked about, let me know in the comment section below. There you have it. As always, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like me on Facebook, The Ragin Nation. Also follow me on Twitter at Ragin Nation. My name is Alex Yu, and I'll see you next time. Peace out. Giving the viewers a really good sense of the action, because I felt that the action was really, really well done. Not just in terms of choreography, but